targets up. It's Ragnaros landing a 4-man Sulfurous Smash. Durance of Hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak, make it a quad kill set up by that ET.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubarak, core at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just blowing up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5.
And it does knock them all up. What a play. Oh my God, somebody please clip that.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. You have your favorite person next to me. Look at this beautiful specimen. Dax in the Hawaiian shirt. What is up, my man?
Oh, Murder, how are you, good sir, today? Just happy.
I'm good. You must be good.
Yeah,
You just won.
We did just win. I'm excited to see how this game's supposed to be played. Maybe taking a few things back to the team with me.
There you go.
Just maybe finish out the season strong.
Yeah, finishing out strong. You guys picked up the 2 points tonight. Moves you almost into that 8th place position, but more maps to come for you guys. You can pick up more wins. You can pick up that 8th place spot. I got faith in the Dancing Queens.
That's what we're gunning for.
Well, let's quickly talk about these teams we have for the second half of this doubleheader. It is Quaranteam versus my very own ReGen squad here. Haven't had a chance to cast either of them yet this season. But it's the Heroic Division, and a lot on the line tonight because these guys are, of course, trying to get position in the playoffs. Most of these teams are already locked into the playoffs, right? So that's not really the question. The question is, where do they place in those playoffs? And these matches that you're going to see in the final weeks of NGS Season 9 are going to make all the difference. Dax, have you any experience with either of these teams? Have you watched them? Who do you think is favored tonight?
I think I had the pleasure of casting a Quarantine game, and then some of the ReGen players I've had the disfortune to play against in some in-houses and things of the sort. I think it's leaning towards ReGen right now, but they play two different play styles. I'm kind of excited to see how they draft and heroes and map picks and all that stuff. But like you said, this all comes down to the highest seed. Usually the highest seed means the easiest road to the dance. So that's what we're playing for here.
Easiest road to the dance, indeed. A lot of credit is coming out from Stoic. Says Dax, nice green screen. I gotta say, yeah, it looks good. Maybe I could tweak it a bit, but I mean, it's there. It's definitely Dax and the green mist at the same time. What more can you ask for? We're still waiting on one player, unfortunately. Should be momentarily here, and until then, we are in a holding pattern. If you guys want some pre-game banter, you're gonna get it. Dax is now in our lobby as well. That's good news. And Dax is out of our lobby. What?
Oh,
what?
rip.
What?
They boot me?
Rip. They did. Hold on. Dax is my co-caster, please. They're like, who's this guy? Dax is with me.
Right.
There we go. We got you the invitation. Forky was like, who is this imposter? He's not with us. Didn't even ask questions, just kicked you out. Hello, Biff. Welcome back again. Saying, at MurderRG, bring Dax video down a bit when you get a chance. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe just a little bit too high there. Let's see if we can fix that for you. Where is this button? It's around here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. Gotta unlock it. And then we'll do the old scoot. Oh, that's not the right button. What did I do? This button?
Oh, rip.
There we go. Scooting. And then I can actually maybe even do this. We're going to get even fancier. It's still scooting. It's scooting. It's, Streamlabs OBS, it's very slow. You hit you hit the old movement, and then it's like, I'm going to go super slow for you. But there you go. You're locked in. I think that's better. Biff, if you're at home and you're happy now, let me know. Everyone here in our lobby's ready to go. I got to tell them I'm ready to go. Please make some noise for both these squads. Oh, wait. What happened? They put you in. They put you in the game.
Oh, I'm ready. Got
Oh,
this
and
mad
someone
hype.
leaves the lobby again. No. Okay, so we're still waiting.
Bad luck.
I think you're good luck.
We'll see.
We're going to have a good luck stream. Of course, I'm going to remain as unbiased as humanly possible. I have to alert you all to my affiliation with ReGen, of course. The old ReGen mug right there. See that? ReGen? Yeah, that's us. But I've seen them lose before, and they lost just a couple of weeks ago. It was up against Press Forward, right? That was quite the loss for them. And ever since, they've been kind of sweating. They won last week, a 2-0 victory. But, you know, they took their first map losses of the game, and it was actually a 2-0 loss. So it was a big bite in their rears, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sometimes, you know what, sometimes that happens. I mean, I guess my question to you is, like, you know, casting these games, casting your teams, the affiliate teams, do you miss it? Do you get like a little homesick?
You know, I love casting them. I feel like some players out there that aren't part of ReGen probably don't appreciate me casting my teams. They feel like I'm giving them too much preferential treatment. So this season, I've made it a point to try to cast every single team in Nexus Gaming Series. Like I said, this is my first time getting to cast ReGen all season. I was planning to cast them, I think, week 3 or 4. Ended up coming down with a horrible headache, like a migraine, right before it happened, and I just had to drop it. Fortunately, though, everyone's favorite Tetcher was waiting to pick up his first NGS cast of the season and saved the day for us. But we're making it up to ReGen here tonight with this one. I know Porky's excited, at least. Who are we waiting on? Yeah. One more player from ReGen will be ready to go.
Centurion, maybe?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. You picked it. You nailed it. While we are waiting, I might as well mention our map bans and picks tonight. It was ReGen winning the toss, opting for first pick on our first map. So Quaranteam had the first ban. They took away Dragonshire and Sky Temple. ReGen on the other side banned away Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom. And here we go for map number 1, as chosen by Quaranteam. It's Infernal Shrines. I've seen so much Infernal Shrines. I was so happy tonight in your match earlier, Dax, that Infernal Shrines was banned out. What are your thoughts on the map? Who do you think maybe hero-wise we end up seeing here?
I like Infernal Shrines. I think this is one of the more popular maps in at least NGS, if not the game. I know a lot of people prefer the Diablo maps. I mean, these wave clears is a game in this one. We could see a Johanna. We could see a ban on Johanna, Sonya, Kael'thas, Jaina, any of the high wave clear mages get really good value on that, as well as the split pushing. You know, it's not uncommon to see a team forego the first objective and just split push in an opposite lane.
So it does look like we're going to have a sub on both sides tonight. I don't see Carbon in the house for Quaranteam, and Centurion appears to be missing as well. We have Zavalosh subbing in for ReGen. And I think we have 10 players. I'm going to ask if they're ready to go. Ready? Question mark?
I will say, like, do you have a preference on map pick or first pick?
So I think hero pick's always the way to go. There's so often priority heroes that like the opening ban phase plays in your favor 100% of the time if you do it right. So you might as well go for that hero pick. My opinion, limited map pool. This game's been out for a while. They haven't added a map since Alterac Pass. You better be comfortable on those maps by now.
Yeah, I think so, but I think that's the side that I leaned. You know, I almost count like a map pick or being comfortable on a map as like a 6th player on the team.
Sure.
You know where those bushes are, where those hiding spots are. You know, you can get different comps, and if you have that comfortability versus maybe another team, it can really give you that edge.
Fixing your green screen just a bit. I think I got it right now. There we go. Perfect. And red team, that's ReGen. They'll be banning first here. Porky with the crown this evening. On the other side, it'll be Chuggy with the crown. Got to talk with both of them during the coin toss. Both seemed excited for this one. And a very quick ban onto Zool from ReGen. Going to take out a power pick. We were talking a bit about Zool there before the match. how good he is at double soaking out lanes, especially here on a map like
Mhm.
Infernal Shrines. I think it's a smart ban for ReGen.
Yeah, I mean, he's in meta ban right now. He did get the little nerf there, in 2 patches ago, on his Q build and his Skelly boys, but still just somebody that nobody really wants to deal with right now in the current state of the meta.
First ban for Quaranteam, another hero that's pretty strong here on Infernal Shrines. It's Sonya, who can play so powerfully from the solo lane, hop on into those shrines as well, and clear out those skeletal defenders with ease with those whirlwinds. I think a smart ban from Quaranteam as well, as now we're back on the clock with ReGen. Do they want to take out one of these supports? Rhaegar's been very popular. Ana's been popular. There is the Rhaegar ban, and that's exactly what I was thinking they were going to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a league difference or if maybe it's just an NGS thing, but a lot of the same bans, no matter where you're at in the current standings, from heroic down, a lot of Sonya on this map, Soul for sure, and we're seeing Porky pick up this Mephisto here on that first pick.
Yeah, Porky's Ana got banned out, but then you see Porky pick up Mephisto. He's like, fine, ban out my Ana. I'm not even going to be the healer today.
Yeah, I mean, Ana, I was curious on, because Porky plays the Ana and so does Weary Day. Porky does edge the win percentage with 100% win rate on the Ana versus Weary Day's 75%. But yeah, a top priority pickup here in these upper leagues.
Cassia Johanna is going to be a couple different blinds, and of course Johanna's blind is going to help amplify the damage that Cassia is able to throw out. She's been reworked and then she was retouched again, and I think the consensus right now is that Cassia is in a fantastic spot, and we're gonna get to see Cookie Man pull it out here in game number 1. On the other side, it's Sylvanas and Mal'Ganis picked up for ReGen.
Yeah, I haven't touched the new Cassia either pre buff. I like the old rendition of Cassia, so I'm excited to see what the build to go is. Curious if Johanna Magoson's exposed at 4, just to help out to keep those blinds up a little bit longer, and then having blind targets take a little bit more damage.
Final ban for Quaranteam, it's going to be Deathwing. That's a ban we saw the Illidancing Queens have to pull out in games 2 and 3 earlier this evening. And such a strong hero and really, really hard to kill. I don't even like looking at the dragon. He's scary. He makes me whimper. So I don't blame him for banning it out.
He's just, I think, one of those heroes, like, unstoppable. You can't CC the guy, other than maybe like a Maiev or Void President from Zeratul. But like, he kind of, no matter where he's picked, you have to readjust your draft to kind of deal with him, and just kind of throws a lot of drafts off.
10 seconds now after the Stukov is banned out by ReGen. We're waiting on Quaranteam to pick up heroes 3 and 4. It's going to be Imperius and Lucio. Weary Day going to hop on the DJ, and that's going to give them a bunch of speed, which will make this engage from Imperius and really help get Cassia in range to kill some of these heroes on the other side. What kind of build does Cassia go here? I'm not even sure. I'm kind of excited to see that, because there's a few different builds right now for her.
I like charge strikes, but like I said, I haven't messed around with the new Q build at all. We're gonna see Zavlash picking up the White Mane and Malthael getting picked up here for the last 2 picks.
So White Mane's been a support that ReGen's played throughout the season, but of course Porky usually on the healer position. You're gonna have to give up duties tonight to the sub, as the final pick is Tassadar for Unaverted. We have now had a look at all 10 heroes. Dax, what are your thoughts? Who has the edge here for game number 1?
This is going to be a tough one. I think Quaranteam has the better macro. They have the Lucio, they have the Johanna. They're going to get wave clears. They're going to be able to position for some camps, get these camps out. But I like the Shrine clear better on the side of ReGen, and then the overall team fight. A lot of poke, and then just having Malthael be able to get in there and just finishing people off, and then all of the disruption that Mal'Ganis brings.
Well, our Game 1 poll is live right now. If you want to participate in that, head on over to chat up at the top. Select the team you want to win, and make sure you hit the submit button. We'll be tallying those up, taking a look throughout the matchup to see maybe you guys are right, maybe you guys were wrong. Some early picks coming in for ReGen, but still plenty of time to help support Quaranteam as well. Infernal Shrines is the map selection, and both sides playing this first game with a substitute player. Will it make a difference in either way? Looking at the standings, it might be ReGen favored tonight. However, you can never count out the Quaranteam, because they have plenty of experience here and plenty of standout players of their own. I kind of like the Malthael pickup. It's going to be playing against Imperius in the solo lane. I think Russ, very high-ranked Grandmaster player is going to show what he can do with the mouthfeel. Paired in with something like Mephisto, it could be lights out for ReGen. We'll see. Game number 1 underway, and I will quickly allow you to introduce the team on the left-hand side, Dex.
All right, on the left-hand side, we have Cookie Man on the Cassia, Chuggy on the Johanna, Weird Day on Lucio, Bloodsplat on the Imperius, and Unaverted on that Tassadar.
And that is Quaranteam. Over here on the right-hand side, we got Porky playing Mephisto, asking what's the build. Zavalosh, the sub tonight, playing White Mane. Hotcho on the Mal'Ganis. Rusty T on Malfield. Troy 1010 on the Sylvanas. Give it up for my home squad. It's ReGen. All right, Dax, we're going to take a look at these level 1 talents and see if anyone did anything ridiculous. So far, it doesn't appear so. It's going to be Charge Strikes, the pick you wanted to see from Cassia. And on the other side, for our Malfield player, of course, it'll be on a Pale Horse.
Yep, and then on the side of ReGen, we have Furious Spark, the W build coming out from Mephisto, Standard Wingguard on the Mal'Ganis, Malfield on a Pale Horse. He's going to probably do some double rotating there. Sylvanas going with the Q build, and White Mane with Pity the Frail. And I like that talent.
You already see some aggression coming out from Lucio, willing to kind of poke check this team heading towards the bottom lane, being a nuisance like he can be. But ReGen apparently trying to play right in his face, keeping Lucio away from the rest of the team. There's Hotcho chasing him into a siege camp, but not going to find the DJ that time. Mephisto spreading some damage at mid. That's Porky. Normally doesn't play this position, trying to do what he can on Mephisto as Hotcho in a bit of trouble, able to swipe away, keep this Mal'Ganis safe.
Yeah, a lot of poking, but great job by the healers, kind of keeping everybody up. And we're going to see maybe a little poking there. I'll try maybe think them to stage that invade, but they're going to back off there on the side of ReGen and grab their own camp.
So, not to bring back bad memories for Porky and the rest of ReGen, but when they lost the other day, Porky was not playing support that night either. Will it be an issue tonight? Will this Mephisto be good enough to help them get a Game 1 victory? We'll find out as the game continues on, but currently in that top lane, Malfield helping out in the mid, so Imperius was all by himself for a few moments. Russ able to make it back up to the top before these minions crash in, so no XP missed. It's going to be looking fine for ReGen for now. Fight breaking out over the bottom shrine, which, you know, there's no skeletal defenders here, but they want to fight over it anyway. Chuggy in some trouble. Can Mephisto shade in and finish his kill? Yes, he can. First blood will belong to ReGen.
All right, let's see what they would do with this. Maybe they're going to head down to bot camp there, get a little more pressure pushing there. As Mephisto and Porky, they go up there to clear out that mid camp.
So a couple pickups here. Sylvanas going for the possession, not opting for something like the Merc Queen here. Not a bad idea. I think possession's just fine, and this selection is Spite for Mephisto.
All right, and we have Plate of the Whale adding on to that ReGen a little bit here over onto the Cassia. Standard cooldown reduction on for the wave clear on the Johanna. Off the wall from Lucio. Battle Hunger, increasing the healing on Imperius, and then we're going Electric Fence build on Tassadar.
Both sides trying to find their bruiser camp ahead of this first shrine of the game, just 7 seconds away, and setting up really is honestly this Lucio helping to scout it out, make sure no one's in here yet, booping targets he can try to boop at least. And there it is, started up. Frozen Punisher will be first, but ReGen quickly hopping in with all 5 heroes, getting off to a good lead, 6-2. As Troy now under pressure, that Sylvanas able to Haunting Wave out, but look at Imperius coming in, nice spear that time. No kills, however, as plenty of support both directions. Lucio with the area healing, White Mane with these quick targeted heals, keeping all these players healthy for now, but ReGen gonna have to use their fountains first.
Yeah, great job. I mean, on the side of Quaranteam, being able to take that fight there. 4v5, Cassie's still in the bot lane there, and we're going to re-engage here.
And once again, those charge strikes being popped, and a lot of damage coming in the face of ReGen, but they might have regained possession of this shrine. Sylvanas trying to Haunting Wave around, looking at Imperius as Porky's coming back in with yet another shade with his Mephisto. It's Cookie Man very low. This might be trouble for him, but no, it's Malfield falling first. They will trade it out 1-for-1. Cassia falls as Weary Day trying to skate away. 34-34. We're tied up in the shrine as ReGen's trying to pick up some more kills. Johanna's solo, Lucio's low and will fall, but they will get the pickup. Who gets it? Oh, it does go over to Quaranteam. That was close.
That could have been a coin toss there. Health and mana both low. They're getting value top of that camp still. The main minion there that's summoning those dogs is getting value, but we're going to see Russ go up and clear that now as we meet here on the Frozen Punisher.
Frozen Punisher, of course, one of the stronger ones. It's able to shut down these structures, and it still does all the same leaping, all the same punching. But without those towers shooting it, it's going to last just a little bit longer. Going to get some help from Sylvanas with that possession, sealing away some of those minions to help shoot this thing down, and they will be able to get it before any damage is done to their fort. Quick siege camp pickup from Quaranteam, now looking to invade.
Yep, they're seeing the split here. They're going to try and 4 or 5 man invade this 5v3. It's not going to work. Forky getting a little poke out here. Not being able to push too much for that first Frozen Punisher, which feels kind of bad, but they had to back, they had to get mana, they had to top off for this next team fight and then invade.
They also quickly put some damage onto that fountain, so the Khazra minions are going to get some poke out onto it before they start moving into the mid lane, as Porky's the one here in defense. Now Malthael making the rotation down, going to lead off with that wave onto Johanna, pressuring Chuggy towards the wall. Hot Cho going to follow in. There's the sleep attempt, but it's Mephisto falling on the backside. Porky is dead. Someone wanted some bacon.
And we might see the Hot Cho man, Randy Savage, go down here, and we're going to. We might see White Mane go down here. They're going to just great wall coming out there on the White Mane.
Tassadar helping secure the 4th kill of that fight. A quad kill for Quaranteam. Should be able to pick up this mid fort as well. They still have a lot of goats throwing spears. And a little bit of extra damage from Cassia. Look at Cookie Man help out. And that'll be the first fort of the game down. And oh my god. Malthael getting walled in. A staggered death. And now a full level lead with level 10 talents for Quaranteam. They're looking mighty good so far, Dex.
Yeah, we're going to have Tassadar pick up the Archon here. We got Angelic Armaments getting picked up by Lucio. Or, I'm sorry, Imperius there. Lucio picking up the Sound Barrier. Flesh Shield coming out on Johanna. And Ball Lightning on Cassia.
Another wall from Tassadar. This one onto Mal'Ganis. He had a lot of health, so he was able to stand up through it as Porky getting back now. Caught out. Good cleanse coming in from White Mane, but Mephisto still under pressure. Will fall. There's the Ball Lightning picking up a 2nd kill. Hot Cho very low, might be the 3rd, and will be Rusty T walled in and make it for Quaranteam, not letting off the gas here in the early portion of Infernal Shrines.
Now they knew they wanted this fort here. They had Sylvanas pushing in the bot lane, trying to soak 10s for their team. And she's getting some fresh value, but she's got her back up here. She has to know that they're coming down to rotate on her.
Troy's going to hop on that horse and start running away, but top lane still under pressure. Forking to check out the bruiser camp and see that there are heroes stealing it away from them. So yet another advantage taken for Quaranteam as our 2nd shrine was just announced. It's going to be up in the top lane. Let's take a peek. Mortar Punisher up next. And this is in a lane without a fort for ReGen, so they're going to have to, for their own sake, try to win this, or else they could be worried about losing a fort. Potential invade coming out. Hot Cho going to find Lucio.
Yeah, this is the fight they need to take here right before 13's in this top objective. Let's see, maybe. Nope, we're going back out here. Maybe just position really well for their shrine.
Maybe set up a bush. You do see an Imperius. Here's a lead-off sleep. Night Rush will connect onto Imperius. Follow-up is here, but spear over the wall from Bloodsplat. Bloodsplat, rather. Well done by Imperius to save his life. Shrine is active, but no one from ReGen moving towards it yet. They are severely down. 2 full levels, and almost that next talent tier is ready for Quaranteam. There it is. Likely just going to give up this objective.
Yeah, we can see both bot camps maybe getting picked up here, maybe put more pressure on that bottom fort there that already was taken out. There goes Troy on the Sylvanas and Hot Cho. That looks like they're going to split push here.
And Rusty T going to pick away a siege camp, but is that enough pressure going to be generated? A bruiser camp pushing top lane. Punisher, of course, going to be coming soon as well. Bottom fort is going to fall with the help of Sylvanas' black arrows, but still not nearly enough to get to level 13. ReGen deciding to continue pressing forward. But look on the other side of the map, on this keep wall with a bruiser camp, with a catapult, is Quaranteam, and it's just Porky here in defense for now.
Yeah, they're not taking their foot off the gas here. They want to make a statement coming into this first game against ReGen. They say, hey, you want to take one of our buildings? We're going to try and trade it up here as we have Tassadar finishing up this Mortar Punisher here on the 40.
Sylvanas trying to help push in some of those goats at mid, but only gets through 1 tower in the wall. Here comes that Mortar Punisher top lane. Unaverted, going to escort it in in the jet right now, playing that Tassadar, looking really good with these force walls thus far. Likely, I think, our MVP to this point in the game, helping secure a lot of the kills with that force wall, but gonna have to look for more here as this Punisher is getting ready to work down the first keep of the game, and without a wall, it is looking good for Quaranteam.
Yeah, let's see the leap here, not getting on anybody here, so we don't have to worry about getting down that unnecessary CC. And we might just little poke. Hacho trying to keep the Furious at bay. The Fountain going down here.
Fountain is down, keep down to 50% health. There's another Durance to pay from Porky now walking in, hitting multiple targets with that Lightning Nova, falling very low. Still in chases, Chachuggy and John Cena throwing down the mortars, picking up the kill on Mephisto. Could be it from here. Last Right's coming out, gets the kill on Johanna, but trading it out is Russ on that mouthfeel. A 2-for-1 trade in favor of Quaranteam. They get the keep down and might be considering pushing even further. No, they just want to clear up some waves. So close to 16 decks.
Yeah, real close. That's the fight that they're going to wait for here. We're probably going to clear this up, maybe clear bottom there. We got about a minute on each camp yet, so we'll just see them patiently wait for 16 and then try and fight. Let's see if ReGen has the same patience. Let them push out their lanes and just catch the soak safely behind their walls.
Lucio checking out the bottom siege camp. It's wide open right now, so they're going to go for it. Cassia has been playing outstanding as well. You got to credit Cookie Man for a lot of these fights. Going with this full regen build, the avoidance stacking up quickly for Cassia. Now opting at level 16 for Martial Law, and this is where her damage can really start to tick up. Hot Cho already down to 75% health, has to run back to the wall to the safety of White Mane and this fort.
I like Cookie Man's concentration there. I mean, he is literally, anytime Porky blinks in, he tries to put himself in a position to fend whenever Porky comes back on that Mephisto.
And Porky in trouble again, has to get that cleanse. Hacho trying to do the Night Rush, but gets quickly interrupted and sent back to the fort. Still goats here, and Porky's going to try to clear them out. But is it enough? Look at all these health bars. Lucio keeping everyone healthy. Hacho is going to fall. My God, still in chases. Cassia might pick up 2 onto this White Mane. There goes Zavalosh. Porky now in trouble. Can't shade out of this one, Porky. You're going to be back in a second. See you later. Another triple kill for Quaranteam.
Yeah, and we have Mephisto. We got Russ up top, just trying to clear the waves, get his team 16. Hopefully we can keep off this bottom push here. But it looks like they're probably going to grab this keep here.
Keep is likely going to fall here. Still 15 plus seconds for Mephisto, the final hero to respawn. And there are 5 heroes here right now for Quaranteam, all pressuring in. They still have the barrier as well to help get them out of this fight the moment anyone gets here. So I like the aggression. I like the heads-up nature of this play because they know the situation. Get keep down, and you still have your disengage available. They're not even going to need to use it. They leave before the keep falls. Still a couple prizes out there for them to get, including this siege camp on the side of ReGen.
Yep, they're going to try and grab 16s here. Try not to take a fight before then. So we'll see if Quaranteam wants to maybe press this advantage here, or maybe looks up for maybe Malthy up top.
Malthy soaking what he can now, maybe moving over to this Bruiser camp. There goes Rusty T nearby, but maybe waiting for some teammates to help out. Knowing that the aggression's been there throughout the game from Quaranteam. They've taken this camp before. But ReGen this time should be able to get it. It's going to be pushing up the top lane to help counter out the Bruiser camp coming from the other direction. There's Imperius and Cassia working on it right now. Our Shrine will be active in just 1 second. And this time, ReGen on even talents might have an opportunity to get their first objective of the game. They're going to get a quick start, but they need to be careful in that top lane. Tassadar working on clearing out their Bruiser camp, so that's going to be pressuring in onto their core after too long. But getting off to a quick start, up to 20 skeletal defenders already is ReGen.
Yeah, this is great play on them. They have the 16s, even talent here. They said their Shrine Clear was a little bit better. We're going to have Hacho taken blown up there by the Cassia.
So much credit again, unaverted, putting the force wall in the right spot. It doesn't matter if you have cleanse, White Mane, because you can't cleanse your way out of that wall. Malthiel's gonna fall. Mephisto is very low, and in chases Lucio. A quad kill for Quaranteam, now up 19-4. They don't even really need this Punisher. Likely gonna save at least one person back here, but there goes Cassia and Johanna to finish off the remainder of this keep in the bottom lane on the side of ReGen. And with this Punisher pushing in the bottom lane, that should be enough to close it out when it gets here. We'll see what happens. Maybe ReGen can bait it over towards that middle keep. The Cookie Man's going to poke onto this core. There's a catapult here in the top lane as well. It is not looking good for the green and yellow tonight.
Now we're going to see one more team fight here. Let's see if they can get that strong defense. Like you said, bait it over that other keep, get some pressure off of their core, maybe get a few picks of their own.
Russ trying to lead it off with that wave, but can't quite get it on the backside. There's Endurance not hitting anything as Whitemane, the first to fall. Porky's very low as well, getting walled in and unaverted, continuing to flex. It's a quad kill already. Make it all 5. A mega kill for Quaranteam with the Punisher on the core. GG. Game number 1, really nothing stopping them at all in that one. 24-4. 10 kills for Cassie is enough to take the game.
Yeah, and Tassadar did a great job, like you said. Probably MVP with all of those walls. May not show in the stats there, but really securing a lot of those kills, not allowing Russ to teleport back on that mouthfeel or have anybody escape. Just great placement on those walls.
That's the wrong button. This is the right button. Here we go. Yeah, it was the Cassadar, as I will coin right now. Tassadar and Cassia. Cassadar?
Love it.
Okay, I love it too. It worked out. Unaverted walls were on point. 1 kill, but 0 deaths. That's pretty good. And Cassia, 10 kills in the game. Top hero damage overall. It's a close call. Who is the MVP? You wanted to give the final vote there?
I think Cassie just did the work that she needed to do. You know, the new Cassia. I'm curious if Tassadar or her will be banned in this next match. So let's see which one ReGen thinks did the most work.
All right. Well, I am already getting our next lobby invite. So let's switch on over to these webcams. We're not going to go to a break. I'm going to try to roll right into game number 2. Teams are here quickly, filing in so quick. It looks like this is the selection of ReGen, Tomb of the Spider Queen. We saw Tomb of the Spider Queen earlier. Illa Dancing Queens and I Must Feed. We were there earlier.
Yep. Another one of my favorites.
The thing that I struggle here on Tomb of the Spider Queen is you can always expect a longer than average game time. What's your opinion on the length of Tomb of the Spider Queen?
It can go a little long because you have that point in the game, like the late game, where both teams don't have turn in and the waves are doing strange things where, the losing team has the more advantage of grabbing the spiders. And then you can play this map either which way of going full wave clear to get the spiders in the turn in or the team fight because you have a hard time turning in if all 5 of your opponents are alive and you can't see them on the map. So I'm curious to see how this one shakes out.
So curious that ReGen losing the map, not opting for first pick. They want map pick instead. Tomb of the Spider Queen. They had won the coin toss earlier tonight and did not want map pick. They wanted the first pick. So changing up their strategy heading into our second draft. Do you think that changes anything?
I think it maybe just pre-game jitters, maybe with a sub in there, just getting knocked around. I mean, we lost earlier game 1. And we said, hey, you know what? Let's have fun. Let's turn this around. And, we got the reverse sweep. So I'm expecting the same thing from ReGen here.
Well, we're starting to get our ready checks going in our second lobby. It looks like everyone is ready to go. So without too much further ado, I think we're about to be loading on into Tomb of the Spider Queen. And it'll be ReGen first to ban. Second to ban. It's Quaranteam first to ban.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's probably going to be the same bans here. Sony ban, maybe Azul ban.
Ana banned out in game number 1 as well, and Deathwing from Quaranteam. On the other side, it was Rhaegar and Stukov taken out by ReGen to go in with that first ban on Zool.
We may see the Ana ban come out on the opposite side this time, since the first pick got flipped, since both teams seem to put a priority on the Ana.
I think you're right. Really no reason to give Ana to either side. That's how strong she is. Anti-healing, nano boost as well. Just those 2 things, it's enough to scare me. Medivh, however, didn't see this ban coming. Didn't see it at all. How
Could
dare
be
they ban
looking
out Medivh?
could be looking to, could be a counter to what they want to run here. Maybe they want to do the blow up comp, pick comp, and Medivh really can save that one person and get him out. So they just maybe don't want to deal with Medivh.
Second ban now, Quaranteam on the clock. Remember, it was Sonya and Ana in game number 1. Do they continue that here for game number 2 as well? No time left. It'll be Rhaegar taken away. So I think ReGen, they've got to consider the ban onto Ana. Do you look at what was played in game 1 like the Cassia? Is that enough of a threat that you need to ban it out here in game 2? Perhaps. Or, hey, you're going to have 2 picks. Maybe you go with the Johanna Cassia this time.
Yeah, we could see a flip-flop here. Cookie Man does play Zeratul, so that could be something they may want to go a late-game comp here up against ReGen.
But instead, it's going to be the Johanna ban, leaving open the Ana for Weary Day. You mentioned they have a 75% win rate this season already with the hero. And it's not going to be an option for ReGen, and that's been one of their go-tos throughout Season 9.
Yeah, I'm curious on what they may want to run here with that. I mean, I know Orphea's, she's kind of taken over the Li Ming role in the stats there a little bit. She's got great wave clear as well. But we're seeing the ETC and the Rainer pick up on the side of ReGen.
Yeah, maybe a more comfortable tank time, more comfortable tank this time for Hotcho, who's played an extensive amount of ETC so far this season. Game 1, it was the Mal'Ganis, which never really found its footing, often out of position, and Tassadar taking advantage of it. And if you hated Tassadar in Game 1, you're about to hate it again. But maybe you liked it. Maybe you liked the Cassadar. There they are once again, Cookie Man and Unaverted hopping right back in.
Yeah, let's see what ReGen wants to do here with that. Saw how impressive it was game 1, and see what they have to counter it.
Final ban for ReGen on the clock, and think about taking away a tank. They've already banned out Johanna, and they will continue banning them out. It'll be Garrosh this time, making it pretty deep now for Quaranteam. Who's really still out there? Maybe you go into something like, does Murden even make sense? Probably not. Do you pull out a Stitches, who recently saw a health buff? Maybe. I mean, Tomb of the Spider Queen, not a horrible map for him. What are your thoughts?
We can see the Mal'Ganis swap. A lot of good slit stuns and sleeps and a little disruption coming out there. We have to keep in mind the ETC and the mosh pit. So, I mean, Ana has the sleep. I'm thinking maybe even a Diablo with the APOC. Really just getting those picks.
Yeah, that's what Illidan's Queens did before. It was the Diablo. That's what saved the day.
It did. Tassadar wall combo, so Tassadar can make his own wall bang for the Diablo.
It's going to be Lucio and Junkrat, 2 Overwatch heroes, entering the Nexus for ReGen, stealing away that Lucio from Weird Day, who's on the Ana this time. Will the DJ be enough for Zavalosh to help lead ReGen to a victory from the support position? And Junkrat, a hero we used to see a lot in Season 8. I feel like we've seen so little of him in Season 9. You were exactly right on the Diablo. And to make matters worse, it's going to be the barrel boy himself, Chen, for Bloodsplat.
Yeah, real amount of disruption on the Chen, just getting in that back line and just forcing, ETC either to slide or whatever Bruiser Russ decides to pick up here to help the back line, Junkrat and Lucio. But fortunate enough for those two, and even Rainer having the disengage and some own self-peel.
Final pick for Rusty T. This will be the solo lane selection. It is Artanis. Okay, I did get to see an Artanis played from him the other day. Stacking high. This is a lot of fun. I love the new Artanis. I've gotten to play a couple practice games just to look at the builds, familiarize myself with some of the new reworks. And I think he's in a good spot. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing more and more of him implemented into drafts. But not only that, they're not going to have access to that big blind, the suppression pulse at level 10, which might be enough to shut down a Tassadar and Cassia, who are going to feast or famine based on those auto attacks.
Yeah, I'm curious. Not a bad pickup. Artanis going into that Chen. Chen wants to kind of stay connected to whoever he's up against in that lane. And then if Artanis goes the stacking Ire quest at 1, we could see Russ take over this game in the late game.
So I'm opening up our next poll. Who will win game 2? Will it be Quaranteam or ReGen? Head on over to chat once again up at the top. Select the team you want to win and hit submit. I'm so sorry. I saw someone say they're on mobile. AWEN 199. And you can't vote. I'm so sorry. But here we go. Game number 2. Tomb of the Spider Queen and Dex. You want to have the privilege of introducing our blue team.
Sure, absolutely. Coming out swinging with the first punch, we have Quaranteam. We've got Jachuggy on that Diablo, Unaverted on that Tassadar again, Cookie Man on the Cassia, Bloodsplat on the Chen, and Weird Day on the Ana.
And over on the red side, we got Russ DT playing the Artanis, Porky on the Junkrat, Hot Cho on a comfortable spot ETC, Troy 1010 playing Rainer, and Zavalosh the sub this evening playing Lucio. Give it up for ReGen. Level 1 talents up on the screen. It is the Exterminator yet again. I feel like players don't care. They're like, Exterminator is the best pick. It doesn't matter if it was nerfed. Cookie Man under pressure. Hot Joe coming in with that power slide, but Cookie Man surviving for now. Getting a bit of armor now as he's able to walk back in, throw some of those spears. Good sleep onto Hot Joe as well from Ana. Going to shut down that engage attempt from ReGen.
Yeah, a little pokey poke back and forth there, and then mid lane standard. We're going to see Hacho or Lucio here try and disrupt these rotations. Tassadar already making it up to the top lane. He's going to catch that first wave of soak up there for them.
Bottom lane matchup, it is Chen versus Artanis. Bloodsplat going to be drinking, and Rusty T going to be swapping. We'll be dancing a bit down here for a while, but we'll try to check in as often as we can. Top lane, we do see an engage happening from Lucio. Looking at that Cassia. Cookie Man sent down to 60% health, but should be just fine. More walls from Tassadar. Oh my god.
Yeah, he says, I see you rotating on me. Not today. I'm just going to put this wall right here. You can watch me soak these spider butts.
Yeah, and the range from the shock ray, like, that's maybe the story. That's what makes Tassadar so good, as Cookie Man is going to become the first blood of the game. Now under pressure is Diablo. Jachuggy without a lot of stacks. Needs to be careful. Swap landing from Rusty T. They do have the damage here. Can they finish it off? Oh, the concussion mine was dropped from Junkrat, but a nice sidestep. Not even enough, though. Second kill of the game for ReGen as they have themselves a nice early lead here on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yeah, great body blocks in there by Hacho on that ETC around that top turn-in point there. And then Diablo only having the 15 souls. He's going to have a hard time probably till he gets up about the 75 range, till he gets a little bit more healthful there.
Oh, is this rough? I'm just considering Chen in the bottom lane up against Artanis, who wants to hit enemy heroes, and Chen wants to drink. So, I mean, Russ can just punch Chen the whole time?
Yeah, I mean, we're only 2 minutes in this game, and Russ is already at 57, 60 stacks. I'm sorry now. He's just getting 62 as I'm talking here. 62 stacks in 2 minutes. I mean, if this continues, he's going to be hitting for about 700 or 800.
Just had to use the fountain after that stagger. Now flipped over the wall is ETC. Sidewall still alive, so Hacho trying to escape down the back corridor. Nice sleep from Ana, going to connect. Here's Jachuggy looking for the wall bang. Doesn't have to use it yet. Hello? Lucio speeding him away. The cow getaway. What happened to the charge from Diablo there?
I'm not sure. Could have been a little slip of the queue. That wall was there from the Tassadar. Probably maybe can't. Sorry, can't talk today. Cancel that.
Oh my god. Porky just got snubbed so hard.
An amazing NGS caster for so many seasons.
Arrow with the sub, the kind words, and I believe that was you with the raid as well. Appreciate it, my man. Welcome to the stream. We got ReGen playing tonight. Holy smokes. First time I get to cast them again since Season 8, as Unaverted under some pressure. These sleeps landing have been on point from Weird Day. Helped secure that kill onto Porky when he was wanting to escape with a concussion mine. Didn't make it out, ended up dying. And we're all but tied up here now on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yep, and on the side of ReGen, we do have turn-in. Looks like they're going to try and do that. We have Rainer starting that Bruiser camp with the Exterminator. Should be able to do that. We have Diablo charging in to try to cancel this turn-in here on the side of Quaranteam.
Top side, Porky keeping vision control with some of these traps and being a nuisance with the concussion mine, booping himself around. Now looking for a turn-in on the top side. Cookie Man nearby, but won't be able to interrupt. 39 in the bank for ReGen as we watch down here on the bottom egg spawner. Chuggy nearby along with Chen, played by Bloodsplat, trying to keep eyes on the turn-in, but navigating up the top is Hot Cho, interrupted just ever so slightly by Unaverted. And that'll be enough to move them back. Level 7 talents for both teams. Dax, anything sticking out for you?
Let's see. Cassia will go in that same avoidance build. Unstable compound looks pretty normal to me here coming out on level 7.
Troy's so low, but Zavalosh able to kick his way in there, save the day. Bunch of targets for ReGen. Need to think about using the fountains, which might open up enough space for Quaranteam to find the first turn-in of the game. Unaverted holding on to 18, throwing out those shock rays, creating a lot of separation there on the top egg spawner. He's going to get 18 in the bank. Down bottom, Lucio keeping eyes on it, but can't do it all himself. Going to have to be careful. Maybe call in the cavalry here. Just Rusty T nearby, but here comes Chen trying to separate Artanis from his health bar, and Russ is going to fall. Gems do get picked up, and now a couple heroes boot back into the towers. Cookie Man might end up falling. No, great supporting from Weary Day, going to keep him alive. Now Troy under pressure. Will fall. A double kill for Quaranteam. Looking for more. Is the wall ready? Not quite. Oh, it is. Porky locked in. But they won't get any more kills. Just the 2 for Quaranteam, and plenty of room now to get the first turn into the game.
Yeah, 5 minutes in, not too bad. Gonna try and clear out these lanes a little bit. We might see a little pick out on Porky here.
Oh boy.
Gonna get picked off there. Great sleep. And Chen finishing that off.
Oh boy, Porky. Memories of last week when we saw that loss happen. Staggered deaths for ReGen. A bit of impatience, perhaps. Maybe trying to do too much with individual heroes. Looking really good at the start of the game, but now starting to fall into the same slide we saw in game number 1. Hot Cho under pressure up top. Taz started there with the force wall. Hot Cho going to pressure him back, but here comes Chuggy, stunning ETZ into the wall. Good size storms on the ground, going to send Hot Cho all the way down to about 30% health. Webweaver on the wall now, below 50% health, but they have a lot of heroes here as well, trying to get through these towers, get through that wall, and maybe onto the fountain, but with that Webweaver dead, might not be possible. Hot Cho walled in yet again. The supporting from Lucio is not enough. Ball Lightning came out as well. Troy sent to 25%. Chen on the backside, looking to finish off Lucio or Raynor, but won't be able to. Instead, just the fort, which is not a bad thing for them to grab now.
Yep, they're going to grab this top fort here, and then we have the rest of ReGen just trying to soak mid and bot. These lanes push back out. They have their turn in here. They're going to probably try to push these lanes out and have these spider queens just drop on the positive side. And we're going to see Chen getting picked off there at the turn-in spot.
Yeah, Chen had no idea everyone was there, but they were. Quick turn-in from ReGen, going to try to equalize this game out. Chuggy charging in, but no wall that time. Swap going to miss from Russ, expecting a bit of lateral movement from Tassadar that didn't end up happening. So they're going to have to work with just the 1 hero advantage for the next 5 seconds. Won't be enough time for these Webweavers to do much damage. Chen will be on the map, opting for the Earth, Wind, and Fire here in game number 2.
All right, yeah, we do have Archon down for another 40 seconds, and we'll have Nano Boost up here for this next team fight as well. And we have all the ults coming up here for ReGen. We've got the Riptire combo with the Mosh Pit, Hyperion, the Sound Barrier, and then the Suppression Pulse to try and deal those auto attacks away from Cassia.
Yeah, I feel like the Suppression Pulse, if used correctly, can be the most impactful ult for ReGen. It's going to shut down a lot of the engage attempts, and it's pretty telegraphed every time it happens. You know when you see that force wall, there's going to be a big engage right next to it. So I think Artanis can kind of sit on that ability and just wait for it. And eventually find a good spot for that Suppression Pulse to turn the fight around. This time it'll be ReGen trying to siege in on the mid fort. Diablo finding a Lucio, but Zavalosh able to kick off the wall. Now it is Artanis in trouble, dropping that Suppression Pulse. And you see immediately how they have to back up. They cannot fight into that, allowing ReGen to disengage the fight, but they don't leave with any kills that time, Dax.
No, not a bad trade that they're getting at bottom fort. We're going to return to same structures here, kind of resetting the game. Talent tiers are the same, and both teams looking for 13 here.
Enough gems currently for Quaranteam, just 3 shy of ReGen. You're going to try to turn in a few that Lucio has, but a nice sleep from Weird Day right in the nick of time. There is the wall, the charge in from Diablo. Zavalosh under pressure, able to kick off the wall. He's safe, but now Hacho under pressure. Now the ball lightning coming out. Second time we've seen that from Cookie Man in this game, but not a kill that time. And still not enough gems for ReGen. They need those last 3. They're going to have to also keep eyes on this spawner up top, uninverted, trying to cash in 23.
Yeah, what a pick going ball against Lucio. You know, everyone has to group up around Lucio to get those heals.
Big Hyperion and a nice choke point. Chen under a lot of pressure, damage. Bloodsplat, though, able to back up outside of the Hyperion. You're right, Stagger on point for him, keeping him up. Zavalosh finally going to be able to get those gems in. There goes Porky as well. Hacho right behind. But they are still not enough to get the turn in, or are they? Rusty T down bottom with 19. It's going to be back-to-back for ReGen, and indeed it is.
This could be the push they need here. You know, they're going to pick up 13s right before the spiders spawn here. Look to fight on an even talent here.
Porky going to clear up that top wave. A lot of globes, a lot of XP, and a few spider booties as well. Mid lane, however, is what ReGen has been after since that first objective they had just moments ago. Charge in just a moment too soon from Diablo. The wall wasn't quite there yet.
Yep, sleep is already out. We have APOC on cooldown for 5 seconds. I would expect to see a mosh pit here, maybe paired with that Riptire.
Artanis now at 120 stacks. Rusty T starting to get scary in this game as Jen gonna pop his ult, looking for that big APOC. They find it. Beautifully done. Cassia picking up the double kill. Hacho trying to escape. Here comes the Riptire, but it ain't gonna do too much at all. And that'll be a double kill for Quaranteam. Gonna be able to clear up these Web Weavers with ease now. There's a dimensional shift from Tassadar, able to get him out as Diablo goes in. No more kills, but Dex, what have you seen in these last 30 seconds?
These back and forths. I mean, it's great. Quaranteam looks like the team. They have a lot of the pressure and the momentum, and then getting a double turn in on the side of ReGen there, and kind of even the tides here, and then just kind of having just maybe one little bad team fight there, and kind of tides sway on the side of Quaranteam.
Oh, taking the fight before being full strength. Rusty T trying to go in, pops that suppression pulse, going to slow down the engage, uninverted very low, might fall here, and will. Nice chase down from Zavalosh, picking up the kill with Lucio. Still looking for more. Can he boop them back? Weird Day at 20, very low health. I think it was about 10% of the time. Cookie Man now about to fall as well. A triple for ReGen. Can they make it 4? I think Chen's going to fall as well. Bloodsplat, can you get out? You do not have your Panda Pals. See you later. A quad kill. Might get the full set with Diablo. 32 gems. The final gem still being held. Wow. Is this the moment ReGen has been chasing the entire game? Yes, it is a mega kill. And look at what they're next to. This bottom lane keep might open up a chance to maybe take a lead here on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to look to open up the win condition here. We have a baby Diablo, getting those souls reset. I can only imagine how hype ReGen is in their comms right now. Just winning that team fight, resetting everything. And yeah, they're going to look to just maybe invade here. Chen's up. They may not. That might be a little risky here. Maybe go for bottom.
I mean, for me, the moment that swung it, I've been talking about it. Underappreciated talent, in my opinion, Suppression Pulse for Martanis. The moment he throws that out, there was nothing that Quaranteam can do in the fight, and ReGen was able to walk in, reduce some health bars, and pick up the early kills, and then clean it up from there. Now going to find a siege camp in the bottom lane. Might be thinking about a boss if they see some heroes clearing that out.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you made the call, like you said earlier, on the suppression pulse. We have the Archon, we have Cassie doing the auto attacks, we have Chen going the auto attack build to do the majority of his damage. Yeah, great pickup on the Artanis there.
Mosh pit available. Might do a solo mosh on Ana. Weary Day all by his lonesome. Here's the swap attempt from Artanis. Not able to find the Ana. Weary Day is going to be safer now. No kills. And here comes Chen trying to save the day. PT Porky a little bit behind. APOC thrown out. No target stunned. There's a suppression pulse yet again. Mosh pit onto no one. Instantly slept out. Cookie Man falls in the backside. Cassia is down. Here's a Riptire. No kills yet. Bloodsplat in the Panda Pal form. Doing some damage. Helping find a kill. And now Chuggy sent back by a concussion mine. Will end up being a double kill for ReGen yet again. Should be able to clear up that bruiser camp at mid and then think about grabbing their own.
Yeah, not a bad trade there. 2 for 1. You do lose the tank and the ETC.
Oh, they're going
But it looks
boss.
like they're going for boss.
Did they show in that wave? I'm not quite sure. They might have barely shown, but does it even matter? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think Quarantine's got to clean this up a little bit, but we have the Exterminator and Russ with 244 stacks on this auto attack, and this boss is going to get burned pretty quickly before I think even Quarantine can react.
That is exactly what happens. Now leading for the first time in this set. ReGen up 10-8 in kills. Let's take a quick peek over at those and maybe even show you guys how the hero damage is working out so far. Leading the way is Rainer. Nice work from Junkrat and Artanis. And on the other side, it's Cassia yet again with 50.
Yep.
Almost 51,000.
Porky getting the turn in here. We're going to have the boss play on the double turn in again on the side of ReGen.
Hey, I think I saw you guys do that earlier. Boss and turn in, or was that against you? Maybe that was them who did that.
They tried to take it from us, but we did. We actually ended up almost ending top, but backing out.
So Webweaver spawning mid lane, still the priority for them. This thing's hanging on a thread. They're just going to walk in and finish it off with Rainer. They have the Artanis, as you mentioned, so many stacks. And there goes the mid fort. Top lane currently occupied by Junkrat, played by TT Porky. So let's follow the action down here near the Quaranteam Bruiser camp. Troy going to keep the vent occupied, making sure no one walks in. Now going to move on up. Has that Hyperion. Will likely throw it out in the early portion of this fight. Just waiting for it from Troy. So far, nothing, as Junkrat looking for the boops. Found unaverted, but the swap attempt from Russ not going to connect. There's another web blast going to get through the wall. Both those towers are down as well. ReGen thinking about disengaging as the Webweaver has been killed. Bottom lane now approaching the core, and ReGen's going to continue staying here. They want that fountain. They want some damage onto this keep. Can they get it down?
Yeah, they're going to get in the tower and the second keep here if they can do this. Hacho in a little danger there, but he's going to get out. We're going to get the sound barrier coming down from, and nice little sleep for Hacho, man.
You guys in chat mentioning Lucio with 4 kills. Absolutely. This is Lucio. This is how you play him. You chase down kills. You see them trying to run away with low health, you say, I'm faster than you, you die. That's all it is. Getting very close to level 20 is ReGen, just a moment away. They're going to probably find it before the 17-minute mark. They do not have gems right now, but they are so far ahead. They've already gotten their third turn in. And on the other side, they're still waiting to find their second turn in. That mega kill earlier made them evaporate their entire bankroll of gems. Rusty T going over the wall looking for a swap. Nothing there.
Yep, we got 20s on the side of ReGen here. Playing patient, looking to maybe get a pick here and trying to end the game if they can.
Troy in trouble, walled in. No barrier yet from Lucio, so Troy's going to fall. Apox there, going to stun 3 ReGen heroes in place as they had the level 20 talents and are going to end up losing the fight. Big Riptire hitting onto a lot of pandas, but Russ, I don't think he gets out of here. He's going to fall. 6 more gems hit the ground as just Lucio and Junkrat are the 2 heroes able to escape. They relinquish any sort of XP lead they had, and now enough gems on hand for Quaranteam to find some Webweavers late in this game with a 3-hero advantage. This could be trouble. Chen's got the remainder, and we will see those blue Webweavers in just a moment. Dax, is this enough? Will this be? Will they be able to get down some keeps? Maybe even think about closing it out with some kills.
I think so. We got about 20 to 30 seconds on 2 out of the 3 on the side of ReGen there. You know, great patience and the waiting coming out there, even fighting down a talent here, but that just the communication coming out between Tassadar and the Diablo there to really hit that combo. And it's when it connects, and you can kind of see it here.
Bottom lane's going to be no issue. That Webweaver all the way in the back. Mid lane has a Bruiser camp and the Webweaver pushing in towards the fort, but the defense and the attack, it's going to be in this top lane for now. First Web Blast coming, and ReGen still not at full strength. Artanis just now rejoining the fight. Rusty T has been a highlight player thus far. Here comes that Riptire, trying to open it up, only hitting onto 2 targets, maybe even just the 1. So it's going to be a 20-second cooldown for Porky instead of that complete ridiculous reduction that he can get. 25 seconds for each enemy hero hit. When you have a bunch of pandas out there, that can be pretty easy for Junkrat to do. Big push mid, Dax. You want to call this one for us?
Sure, absolutely. We got Hacho looking for a slide here. We have Chuggy trying to step up. We got a Riptire coming out here. Gonna get some damage onto this mid spider. Not getting a whole lot there. Wave clear ult. Nice defense on the side of ReGen here.
Yeah, and Porky getting a full reset that time. Might consider throwing another Riptire out soon. They save all of their keeps. Bottom fort is going to fall. Big minion wave there, but let's follow the action here inside the Bruiser Pit. Russ finding the swap onto Diablo, but the Hellgate getting him out quickly, but going right back in is Artanis. Look at all the damage coming from Raynor as well. Hyperion thrown out in kind of a backwards direction, but in a good direction at that, because Cassia is going to end up falling, question mark? Yes. We'll trade out the ETC, but Deathmosh is there. Unaverted will fall. A double kill for ReGen. Looking for more. Here comes the Panda Pals. Porky's still 10 seconds away from the Riptire as Lucio's going to fall. Russ now surrounded. I don't think he can get out of here. Can he? He slept?
That slept.
Okay, he lives.
Yep, got that spell armor. He has the shields on the auto attacks there. He's going to be able to sneak out of there alive.
2-for-2 trade, Dax. Bruiser Camp still sitting here. Boss just now respawning, sitting all by his lonely self up there. And bottom lane Siege Camp, that's also an option. There goes Quaranteam trying to pick that up quickly. Raynor going to work on the Bruiser Camp by himself with this Exterminator level 1 talent. Nintori in chat saying, Rusty T, definitely a highlight player. Thanks for giving credit where credit is due, Murda. Okay, fair enough. I think Russ has been playing well. 302 stacks now on his level 1 quest. That means he's doing the big boy damage at this point.
We are almost even in structures, about 1.5 keeps to 3. We do have that front wall down on the mid keep there, and a little health gone on the side of ReGen there.
ReGen checking out the boss pit, now going to clear up this wave in their face, but seeing these heroes here, I think this time Quaranteam is a bit savvy to what ReGen might be wanting to do with that boss, so they're going to walk on up here, check it out. Shockray to lead it off from Tassadar, seeing if anyone's in the vent. Nothing there. Also, Force Wall going to be used. Trap set, lands onto a Diablo, but Chuggy able to stand through it. He'll be just fine. Bottom lane catapults will be approaching the core, and that might be what ReGen's waiting for here. We'll see if anyone needs to go back and respond to them, and at that point, then consider moving on to the boss. I think that's exactly what's going on here. Just taking a look, 3 catapults with a 4th on the way. This will be on the core soon enough. We're gonna start.
Yeah, that's all ReGen really has to do is just stall this out. Sorry.
Oh, there they go. Hellgate trying to hit Porky, but the barrier going to keep him alive for now. Panda Pals popped the Zavalosh. He's the one low, 50% health. Rusty T on the backside pressuring out Artanis. Falling pretty low, but getting so many additional stacks here. And the first kill, it's Cassia down. Nice mosh pit going to help secure the kill onto Ana. Rusty T going to get the kill onto Tassadar as well. Might be able to get some more as Lucio's trying to keep them all healthy. And back here to the bottom lane, look at these catapults. They're still up. Wait. Some of them are dead? Some of them are dead. Yep. Another kill. Diablo's gone.
This might be game. They're going to maybe go for boss here. I mean, we do have all the catapults pushed in there, but they're going to grab this and look to end here, maybe top.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be catapults. Somehow one catapult beat 4 catapults. You know, it happens sometimes. But is boss enough to close it out? This top keep, it still has a tower. It's still got a bunch of health on the keep itself. Mid lane, it's low. And of course, bottom lane already destroyed. They could just walk right past onto core, but they decided to go for boss. Was it a mistake in your opinion?
I'm not sure. It's going to have a chance. I mean, they do have a wave push in. They're losing their mid keep as we speak here, so we're going to trade a keep for keep. We do have boss. Boss is at full health here as we push in onto the core.
Pushing onto the core. No mosh pit for 48 seconds. Chuggy looking for anything he can find, but Diablo without a lot of health now. Reset his Black Soulstone. Chen, he's the one under pressure. Bloodsplat trying to escape, but the healing darts from Ana not on point that time. Riptire now from Porky going to send Diablo very low health back towards that mid fort. Russ looking for anything he can find on the Cassia. Cookie Man surrounded. Hyperion coming out. The core dropping below 50% health and quickly gonna be destroyed by ReGen. They will walk away with a Game 2 victory. And Dax, we are headed into our second Game 3 of tonight's doubleheader.
Oh yeah. Going into these games, everybody wants a Game 3. you want to see good fights, good matches. Don't necessarily want to see a one-sided stomp. So I'm excited to get a game 3.
And here is our match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Yeah. I mean, I think my MVP is obvious. I think it has to be Russ. Most of those fights really on his back, pressuring out Tassadar. The force wall was a non-factor in game number 2. I think mostly because Artanis was like, I'm not going to let you be anywhere in the fight. I'm just going to do my W on your face, and you're not going to be there. What are your thoughts?
Yep. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think you called that at the beginning of the game on just the pressure that Russ is going to have with the suppression pulse ult going into that team for Quaranteam.
So let's take a quick look at our talent screen. Maybe we can fit in a short 1-minute break so I can get a sip of water. I want to say thank you to everyone who's here. A lot of people showing up, 36 viewers right now. A lot of you Heroic Division fans. Thanks for being here. We got an exciting one right now. Game 3 is up next, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Back, Dax. How you doing?
Hey, good, buddy. Good.
I think everyone
Just
caught you
missing some
blowing a
sandwiches?
kiss to everyone. Oh, you heard Miss Murda during the break. She's like, I think Chick-fil-A messed up our order. Your spicy chicken is in the fridge. I thought something was weird about mine.
Not so spicy?
No,
well, you don't like the spice, right?
No, I do like the spice. It was the spicy chicken, which she normally wouldn't order. There wasn't a tomato on there, which should have been on there. And I was like, okay, no tomato. That's sad. But I ate it, and she's like, I think you ate mine. And I was like, it said spicy. So, shame on Chick-fil-A. They might get a complaint from her. We need to get you in this lobby.
Yes, sorry. I wasn't
There
sure
we
where
go.
we were at there.
I gotcha. And just waiting on our final player. Dax, what are your thoughts? Who has the edge? Who has the momentum right now heading into Game 3?
I think the momentum's on the side of ReGen. I think Quaranteam was hoping to get this upset, the 2-0 onto ReGen. Like I said, everybody wants to be a fighter till they get knocked in the mouth. ReGen stepping up Game 2, bringing all they got, and now we're going on to a Battlefield of Eternity, which just brings a lot of forced team fights.
Well, here on the East Coast, we are now past midnight. Welcome to June 10th. 69 day is officially over.
It's over.
But we can still party, right? It's still the night of June 9th, right?
Yeah, it's still 6-9 somewhere else, right?
Sure, sure. Especially if you're on the West Coast. Maybe some of these players playing from the West Coast, they're still awake. I'm getting sleepy, but I'm hyped for game number 3. Another map selection from ReGen. We're heading into Battlefield of Eternity. And this is another brawling map, and with the team fights going in favor of ReGen in the last map, do you feel as though they can parlay that into a third map win here?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that the Artanis. I mean, Artanis is pretty good. Is really good on this map here on the burn. We'll see if the teams want to favor a team fight defense style, or if they're just gonna go out for the all-out burn on the objective. But I'm not gonna expect to see the Artanis make it through. And then without the Artanis, maybe we might see that first Cassia or Tassadar band coming out here.
Yeah, haven't seen any Greymane tonight. I think this is a great map for him. We just don't end up seeing it a lot. Another hero I think we're going to hear called out in this draft is Li Ming. Someone's going to go for that poke-style attack onto the enemy immortal, and I think Li Ming, one of the most important ones to grab there from the mage position to make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you said about the Greymane unaverted. If he's not able to get his Tassadar, he does have an 83% win rate on the Greymane this season. And then Li Ming, normally picked up by Centurion, who is unfortunately not here tonight. So maybe Porky will pick up the Li Ming here and try and carry the team on those immortal fights.
All right, and first ban will be ETC trying to choke out Hot Cho, who was on that comfort pick in game number 2. Deathmosh towards the end of the game picked up a lot of kills. Post 20 ETC. You always got to be careful. Watch what that selection is and make sure you're not killing them right on top of your squad. First ban now for ReGen on the clock, just a couple seconds away, and it will be a ban onto Garrosh.
Yeah, Garrosh is a troublemaker on this map, being able to get the flips and the double stuns onto the immortal team fights. And there's that Artanis ban.
Yeah, you called it, and exactly right. Battlefield of Eternity, Artanis' best map. You guys know that at home. That is no secret at all. So probably a smart ban there. And I wonder which level 1 talent ends up being worth it. Do you still go into amateur opponent? Or is that new Ire talent at level 1 worth it? Ooh, early pick on Rhaegar, and a strong pick here for Quaranteam.
Yeah, getting that Bloodlust. I mean, it was the first 2 games it was banned out. So really leaning the tides over here to the side of Quaranteam already with this first pick.
Yeah, and I didn't mention the ban on Li Ming. Exactly what I was thinking would be a pick to worry about on Battlefield of Eternity. Taken away, and now Troy, enough room to get on his patented Vala, going to be supported by Ariel. Good selections here from ReGen, as perhaps the Cassia and the Johanna that we saw in game number 1 could be thought about right now from Quaranteam to help shut down this Vala.
Yeah, Cassia with charge strikes, even pre-rework, was really good on the immortal here. I'm expecting maybe a tank pickup here. We're going to pick up Steve Thrall here. And Raynor.
Okay, so they want Exterminator. And Thrall, I'd assume for the offlane, unaverted, hasn't been playing offlane tonight. So is that a 4-man Thrall? It could be. They are going to have the Bloodlust Earthquake combo. That's strong. And Raynor pairing in nicely as well with the Thrall. I mean, these are synergizing picks so far for Quaranteam. How can ReGen respond? Their final ban is on the clock right now. Might want to take away a tank, and they will. It's Diablo.
Yeah, they do not want to deal with that charge stun, wall bang, even if they decide to pick up the Tassadar here. Even though Unaverted did pick up the Thrall, we may see some swaps here. But I have seen the 4-man Thrall, or Thrall in the 4-man on this map, lending just good defense, just team fighting on the defense, and then just having maybe the Raynor with Exterminator just burning.
Final ban, Zarya. Hello? Is that a hero? I forgot she existed.
I usually only run into her in brawls.
Well, it is a way to help hyper carry this Vala, the shielding that you just can't get from a Tassadar these days. Man, that Tassadar. Zarya really is the one who fits in that mold. But you forgot about Medivh. He was banned out in game 2. Yep. That's a way to get some shields on Vala.
Yeah, I was just gonna say with Zarya, maybe we'll see the Medivh ban, or I'm sorry, Medivh pick up there, and we did, and then we're seeing an Anubarak and an Imperius.
A new Barak Cocoon going to help shut down, I'd assume, just throw the Cocoon on literally anything. And it's going to really be Vala the one who can help clear that out quickly. Ariel, Medivh, Johanna, not necessarily good at helping break open those Cocoons quickly. So might want to find something here for the solo lane position for Russ to help do that. What are they thinking? It's going to be Sonya.
I love it. I love me some Sonya.
All right, who do you think has the edge after looking at these drafts, Dax?
I'm not sure. I want to lean on the side of ReGen here. I mean, a Medivh, double support Vala, very big pickup on this map. But I'm curious if that's going to be a Crash Lightning fall for all in the 4-man. A lot of forced team fights and a lot of opportunity to get that quest done at 1.
Well, for the final time this evening, we're in our 6th map of the night in this doubleheader. Both going to a game 3. I got to ask you yet again, who is going to win this one? Who will win game number 3? Will it be Quaranteam? Will it be ReGen? A lot on the line here as they're fighting for position in the Heroic Division. Playoffs coming up soon, and each of these wins going to help out their placements for that number 1 spot, maybe the number 2, number 3. Who knows? But it depends on who wins games like this. Game number 3 is ready to go. And for the final time tonight, Dax, would you care to introduce our blue team?
Absolutely, and we have Jachuggy on the Anubarak, Unaverted on the Thrall, Cookie Man on the Rainer, Bloodsplat on Imperius, and Weary Day on the Rhaegar, and that would be rounding out Quaranteam.
And over on the red side, we have Zabalosh subbing in tonight, playing the Oriole. In the sky, it is Medivh, played by Porky. Troy 1010 on his favorite hero, Vala. Hotcho playing the Johanna. And the last pick, it's Russ DT playing that solo lane Sonya. Give it up for ReGen.
Yep, absolutely. And right off the bat, we're seeing Crash Lightning on Thrall, so we will see that 4-man Thrall.
Yeah, I think absolutely had to be the pick. Imperius going to stand nearby, helping protect the team during the early portion of this, as Medivh in the sky trying to scout out where they're at. Hasn't found anyone yet, but now seeing 4 targets in the bottom lane. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go on Battlefield of Eternity.
Absolutely, and Porky's going to play a huge role in this game, thing, just giving his team that extra vision that Quaranteam does not have.
Johanna going to reveal herself from that bush, helping clear up the wave at the wall. Early game might not favor ReGen. Medivh a bit weaker, waiting to stack up that Arcane Rift quest. Going into Portal Mastery. Now Porky dropping out of Raven form and almost into a Impale from Anubarak, but able to sidestep it, keeping himself alive, and now back into Raven form in the sky. Going to drop down and continue working on those stacks, already at 7 here in the early portion.
All right, and we got Sonya taking care of that top camp already. Hacho rotating up, grabbing that soak for Sonya on what she may just miss out there, and then anchoring in that bush just in case.
Bottom lane siege camp was picked up quickly by Quaranteam. Here comes Bloodsplat trying to play some defense up against Sonya's whirlwinds on this camp. Not yet breaking off of the mount, but that time he does. Now walking in is Johanna, showing up in support. Look who it is. It's Mr. Jim Raynor with Rusty T. Very low, going to spin out to 2 targets, penetrating around, knocking him back. But Sonya will likely fall here, and she will. They do trade out 1 apiece. Now Johanna trying to solo this Raynor. I don't know if she can, so Medivh's going to have to show in support. Portal is dropped. Hot Show should be able to make it out. Enough threat from the portal will get them out. Impale going to whiff, although the Iron Skin had been popped by Johanna. 1 camp apiece for each of these teams, and 1 kill apiece as well.
Yeah, great team fights already, 2 minutes into this game. We got Sonya, we got Russ on the Sonya rotating on that Bruiser camp already. Let's see if we could try and get the delay cap, or if they just want to push that and maybe get an advantage elsewhere on the map.
Troy almost fell in the bottom lane there. We saw that on stream just briefly. It was Thrall doing some 2v1 work up against Ariel and Vala, almost getting the kill. Would have been pretty fancy, but still even here early on Battlefield of Eternity. Our first Immortals are spawning in just a moment. Bruiser Camp has been sent out for the top lane for ReGen, as Weary Day gonna Feral Lunge in onto some minions. Finds a few heroes in his face now. He's gonna have to once again hop into his mount and go back to that fountain. 8 seconds now until our Immortals spawn.
Yeah, we're going to see both teams just try and clear out these camps while they can, maybe get a pick if they're lucky. And then we have Quaranteam already jumping on the Immortal Burn, jumping out to about a 2,000 health lead.
Portal's down, going to get Sonya onto the safer side of the fight. Medivh still in the sky, going to drop on down now at 19 stacks on Arcane Rift. PT Porky, the only one here in defense, going to go back into Raven form as Quaranteam taking a big lead heading into the second half of this first Immortal phase.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams rounding the 6 here. We're not going to see 7 probably by the time this first objective's done.
Curious surrounded, has the spear over the wall, almost into an Immortal stun, still getting pressured out by Vala. Can she chase? So far, no, but they do have the defense there. No further damage onto their own Immortal. ReGen setting up nicely, and now going to send Troy to the other side to work on the enemy Immortal all by himself. Hot Show playing the Johanna, a fantastic defender on Battlefield of Eternity, especially up against some of the auto attacks we're seeing yet again with the Rainer and even the Thrall, but not going to be enough. This time it'll be Quaranteam walking away with the first Immortal of the game.
Yeah, great portals coming out there from Porky, allowing Paula the inability to get in and out of those team fights and just try and burn the Immortal, but a little late on the start there on the side of ReGen.
Hot Show able to use the Hearth back to base to get some health, get some mana, as Sonya going to chase Imperius down to the bottom lane. This is Imperius up against Sonya, and able to spear through that Whirlwind, going to interrupt Rusty T's health regen. Top lane, here's the Immortal, going to get a stun out onto Vala, but now turning focus onto a Nubrak. They're chasing him with a portal. They pick up the kill. Immortal still healthy. They need to get back through this portal, and they will. Ariel still living, as this Immortal is approaching the fort now. Shield has been broken, so it's going to enter this melee range and should be easy enough for ReGen to clear out from here. Portal drop, they're going to go through, trying to find some kills onto anyone, but a great cleanse from Rhaegar. Going to keep Cookie Man safe, but Vala almost able to get it with that Q. Whoa.
Yeah, real close. Probably sweating there, but they're going to maybe lose their top fort here. They're going to save it by the skin of their teeth, and they're going to rotate on this top camp here.
Yeah, that hungering arrow from Vala was just chasing around on Rainer. I was like, oh, is it enough? Is it enough? Barely. Not enough.
Yep, and it looks like we're going to have a rotate on the bottom camp on the side of Quaranteam here. Just try to isolate and counter out this map pressure that ReGen has going in the top lane.
And they're going to get a lot of pressure in the top lane, counteracting everything that Immortal just did in the other direction. They're going to get through the entire wall now, start turning their focus onto the fountain. It's just Thrall here in response, and 4 heroes from ReGen sieging with some of those Khazra mercs with them. And no response as of yet. Instead, it's going to be a counter push in the opposite lane for Quaranteam, willing to do exactly what ReGen's trying to do, except they're going to have to do it up against the Sonya, who's under pressure. Impale, the spear, that Burrow Charger's on point from a Nubrak, and there's a pickup kill onto Rusty T. The second kill of the game for Quaranteam. They tie it up, and they should be able to get this fort as well. Johanna, the only one here in defense. She can't save the day. This fort is down. Well done by Quaranteam, evening it up as Unaverted now under pressure. Should be able to join the team just fine.
Yep, absolutely. Like you said, even it up here. We're going to see probably 10s coming out first on the side of ReGen, but we're even up the kills, we're even up the levels, and we're going to see another team fight here in 20 seconds.
Both teams have their bruiser camps ready to go. You see Sonya picking that up a bit earlier later on, allowing it to respawn perfectly for this next objective phase. They're not going to have to wait any time at all. And they're going to have it out with 3 seconds remaining until this Immortal is going to spawn. It's going to be defensive postures for both teams. So who's going to make the aggressive move first might be ReGen, as they are extremely close to picking up their level 10 talents.
Yeah, not bad. I will say Russ going with Battle Rage at 7. That's not normally a talent that you normally see. Just allowing her to really grab merc camps even quicker, and then the burst heal whenever she needs it.
That's going to be a free halftime push. No damage done on the other end. But Troy, all by his lonesome, almost getting impaled. Portal is dropped the first half of it by Porky, but he's going to pull it back with that Portal Mastery talent. Still set up defensively is Johanna, finding a Rainer. Now here comes Troy. Nice Rain of Vengeance, but the Bloodlust in response popped by Rhaegar. There's a Cocoon as well. First kill comes out onto Vala. Still looking for more. It is Ariel falling next. Double kill so far for Quaranteam. Still trying to find more. Johanna's low, as well as the Sonya who falls. A triple kill for Quaranteam, and they're set up nicely on top of the enemy Immortal. Will be their second of the game. The Resurrect was picked up by Ariel, but not a chance to pull it out in that fight at all.
No, not at all. I mean, the lopsidedness once Bloodlust is popped is, you need a good disengage from some of these teams.
Maybe Leyline Seal? Maybe?
Yep, I was just going to say.
But we didn't see it that time.
Nope. He may have been locked in there with on all of those stuns, but yeah, Leyline Seal will be a good disengage tool.
Was Porky the one cocooned? I honestly couldn't tell who was in the cocoon. There was too many heroes on top, yeah. Unfortunate. I think it might have been Porky. That might make the most sense. But here we go. Immortal number 2 in the same exact lane as it was in last time. This time pressuring onto a keep. Regen 5 heroes here in defense as 5 heroes are attacking in their face. Still a bit of a shield on the Immortal, so it's in that ranged form. Going to take a step forward. Half of the portal has been dropped from Porky. Do they want to get on the back of this fight? Looks like they might be trying to. There goes Russ. Backside pops. Wrath of the Berserker looking to put damage onto Raynor. He's all by himself, spinning with that shield and pressuring out a few of these heroes, but the Bloodlust available again, and Porky once again inside the cocoon. Kill onto Vala, and Sonya surrounded. She's going to fall as well. Porky sent very low because of that huge angelic armaments. He has completed his base quest Arcane Rift, but the keep is down, and the Immortal approaching the core. This is looking horrible right now for ReGen.
Yeah, great plays there to allow that Punisher to go top again and push in this bottom, and then they're going to rotate back on this now. They smell it. Sonya is back up now. They maybe try and get this wall here for the next Punisher, and they're going to back away here.
Bottom keep wall has fallen on the side of ReGen, and now they just have one lonely structure still standing. Maybe 2 if you count this fountain here, and I don't even want to talk about this area. Hello? These things exist? How do you come back from this moment? You are currently down a full level, 1 talent tier, and you have structures that are very damaged. Only Sonya here in defense. Here comes the rotation from ReGen. Going to try to save this keep for as long as they can. Medivh on the backside might have a good Leyline Seal opportunity here for them, but is there any sort of follow-up that makes sense? You hate to see the cocoon having to be used onto Medivh, but it's such a great option for a Nubarak, and once again they're going to find a kill. Johanna in the cocoon. She's surviving for now, but when she gets out, likely gonna fall. Yes, she will. Is the Resurrect there this time? Yes, it is. Ariel, however, in a bad position. Zavalosh in trouble, but this time the Leyline Seal going to shut down the Bloodlust. Keep still standing, and ReGen looking to continue fighting.
Yeah, great defense there. Porky getting off that Leyline Seal to really disengage that team fight.
John Knight calling in chat for Porky to go Super Saiyan here. To start screaming stuff in comms and go for the win. Perhaps. More Bruiser camps.
Yep.
Top lane's going to be countered out, however, by a Siege camp. Raynor going to pick that up. That's Cookie Man. Here comes ReGen on even talents. Down 7 kills right now, Dax.
Yep, they're going to start this objective here, just kind of get a head start on that halftime, and then maybe they got to win this team fight, maybe look for a pick here, see if Porky can grant some vision, scope out where the enemy team is, and give us team an advantage.
And the last objective was ReGen pushing halftime all the way by themselves, and they're going to do the same exact thing here during objective number 3. Now finding some heroes split up in the top lane, portal drop. They're looking for a big engage, and this is the moment. Sonya is the one inside that cocoon, but quickly popped out by Troy, and that's all they needed. Burn out that cocoon. Now worry about the fight. You don't have to deal with a Nubarak. They're going to move on to the enemy Immortal yet again. There goes Troy. Full hatred stacks, trying to push ReGen to their first objective win of the game.
Yeah, we've seen Quaranteam, we have Bloodlust up here in 2 seconds. We do have Cocoon down for 45 seconds. Rez is up in 4, so we will have all resources available here in this next team fight.
Working under pressure, Leyline Seal, the only thing keeping him alive for now. Gets a heal from Ariel. In chase still is Rhaegar. Another force of will from Porky to keep him alive, as Weary Day, the one who's falling pretty low. Also looking unaverted. He's in trouble. Chuggy trying to step in and slow this down as the bottom keep has fallen. A bunch of catapults and mercs approaching in both lanes and still continuing to fight as Imperius can Troy get through the portal he can. Everyone is out. Still no immortals picked up on either side, but someone has to play defense for ReGen. There are 4 catapults in the top lane, 1 in the bottom lane. Look how quickly this thing is falling. 80%, 76%, and it will hold right there for now. Oh boy, but it's going to be yet another immortal for Quaranteam, able to do all they needed to push off ReGen. They had to go back and deal with that big push on the core, and now this immortal, it's likely going to be enough to win the game.
Yeah, there's going to have to fight down 16s here. You know, we have just Cocoon up for the time being. We'll have Sundering up here in 3 seconds. Leyline Seal is down. We have Bloodlust down for another 20 seconds. Got Troy caught in the Tycoon. We're going to have that coming out. We're going to have to get a fight onto Vala. Hacho's getting low and down. We have the res coming back up onto the Vala here.
And Vala gonna get out. Leyline Seal keeping her alive, but they still got to deal with this immortal back on the core. Here comes the burrow charge in from Jachuggy. Not gonna hit anything as ReGen desperately trying to save the day on the core. This immortal working down the shielding. Here comes some of those frozen orbs, gonna slow it down, but the big bloodlust from Rhaegar yet again gonna speed them right back up. There he goes, 20% on the core, and GG. Quaranteam gonna walk away with a 2-1 victory over ReGen.
What a game.
What a game indeed. 12-3, the final kill count in favor of Quaranteam. I think it's got to be Jachuggy, our MVP there. The Cocoons, every single fight, on the right target, able to move in and get the kills. 12-3, yeah, that's one way to shut down a Vala. Only 2 kills for Troy that time. And Porky, I mean, he's the one in the Cocoon. He can't throw out the Leyline Seal to deal with the Bloodlust. It was just a well-coordinated fight from Quaranteam, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with everything you said there. I mean, just like they had nothing to do. They couldn't do anything with their only peel on that Bloodlust.
Let me see if I can reach out to Jachuggy really quick and get an interview set up. See if he's available. Maybe he wants to send someone else from the team. I know he's filling in for Carbon tonight in that captain's seat. We'll give him a few moments.
That big crown.
Yeah, we'll give him a few moments to respond and see if he's available for a few words. If not, you know, all good. Understand. But maybe I talk to you first. Do you have an MVP of the night? Do you think it was perhaps Cookie Man playing that Cassia earlier? Do you feel as though Jachuggy did enough in Game 3 to swing the tide there?
It's tough. I want to say unaverted on that Tassadar for the first 2 games. Just really, I mean, it was 1-1 in the first 2, but just the communication with the Diablo and him and those engages and just lining up those walls, I think was just really gave them the opportunity to, you know, take this one away from ReGen.
Okay. Looks like we are going to get an interview. Unaverted will be joining us, so if you want to head on over to the NGS Lobby 1, I'll meet you there.
All right.
And here we are, Dax. Just going to wait on Unaverted to join us. I'm going to swap us back over here to the webcam scene. I got to turn off your webcam because you're not there right now. There we go.
That's all right.
It's just me and the green mist now.
That works.
Hello.
And Unaverted is here joining us. Congratulations, big comeback win. You guys were starting to maybe fall apart Game 2, but Game 3 looked like the best one of the night for Quaranteam. How is the team feeling right now?
Oh, pretty good. We had fun.
Good. You had fun? Sounds like you had fun. Maybe a bit tired after that. It's past midnight here on the East Coast. I'm not sure where you're living, but definitely a little tired for me.
Yeah, most of us are East Coast. I think some of us are tired. I am, but
there you go. Let's if we can remember, circle all the way back to game number 1, Infernal Shrines, and this is where we got to see the debut of Cassia and Tassadar. You even game 2 were able to add in a Diablo with it, but let's talk about the Cassia Tassadar first, because you played the TAS, and those walls were on point every single time. Any words about the comp?
thanks. I think both those heroes are just really strong right now. There's no real synergy between them. I mean, they're okay. Like,
Tess is your wave clear and Cassia is your sustain damage, but some maps they work better than others. So like shrines, they work really well together, or they're just like good on the map. But I think they're fine on Tomb, but we just like had some misplays.
Yeah, what do you feel as though might have went wrong for you guys on Tomb of the Spider Queen? Because in my opinion, I think perhaps the comp is even better than what you had in game number 1. You're able to bring Ana, who's, I think, in everyone's opinion, probably a top-tier support right now over Lucio. And you had the Diablo to help out with those wall charges onto the task walls. So what do you think went wrong on Tomb of the Spider Queen?
I would actually rather have our game 1 comp. Like I think our game
Okay.
2 comp was actually worse, especially into what they had. But I don't think it was a draft loss at all. Like our draft was fine. I think it was just I don't know. We need to do better at like being able to like have proactive plays on the top side of the map and the bottom side of the map at the same time. And
Sure.
so sometimes we're really good at that on some maps, and sometimes we kind of slip up and we fall behind a bit. I think that was like the big thing. Like there was 2 times where we had almost a team wipe and just losing most of our jobs or falling like pretty far behind. So it's good that the game is still pretty close even when we messed up that bad. But ideally we just like don't have 4 people die.
Sure. Tonight, Carbon not able to join us. Do you feel as though that had an impact on tonight's match? Do you think maybe it would have been a 2-0 if Carbon had been present this evening?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we wish Carbon could have played with us. I think he wasn't feeling well. I didn't hear what was going on, but yeah.
Well, Carbon, I
mean,
hope you feel better if you indeed are sick. Maybe you're listening right now.
Yeah.
Dax, anything about games 1 or 2 that you want to talk about?
No, I think you hit all the key points there. Just the communication that, at least with the Diablo, from our standpoint, the 1,000-foot view, just the task walls and the Diablo, the Diablo stuns and flips. It was, but like you said, just macro wise, maybe with that Diablo, it's a little tough. But game 3, you guys came in, you made the plays in the top and the bottom lane when you needed to, put your foot on the gas and just didn't let up.
Yeah, and quickly, I want to say about game number 3, I think the most important game of the night, obviously, is the one that mattered. You guys twice towards the end of the game, willing to give up halftime on those Immortals, but still able to find the fights you need to end up winning the objective. Talk about in those moments and kind of how the comms go and like the cool collected nature of, Nubrak leading off with the Cocoon, always hitting on the Medivh so they can't shut down the Bloodlust. Let's just hear your perspective.
We were just playing around our win conditions. So the first time, we would rather take both teams have post 10 rather than we try to like sneak in a pre-10 fight. It just doesn't make sense when we're Bloodlust and have everything else, the Cocoon. Like all of our tools that let us wipe them are with ults. So, and same thing, we had Bloodlust at bottom, and that Immortal started with Bloodlust still on like 40 or 50-second cooldown, and then we were able to buy enough time to where they should have been able to actually take the full Immortal without us having Bloodlust, but they gave us enough time to where we got Bloodlust and we were able to just wipe them. And then
do you have any message for your team, maybe a highlight player tonight that stood out to you that you just really want to make sure gets noted tonight on the stream?
Nothing specific comes to mind. I think everyone played really well individually.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, the big thing is just everyone's having fun playing. So
that's the most important part. Love to hear that.
Yep.
Well, Unaverted, got to say thank you for joining us for this interview. Congrats on the win tonight. And of course, before you go, you get time for some shout outs, my friend. The floor is yours.
All right. Shout out to twitch.tv/freepx.
Every time.
Yeah. And then shout out to my team for, playing to have fun, but also we still are pretty competitive and try pretty hard. I always think that's fun. And yeah, I guess that's it.
All right. Well, once again, congrats. A lot of action still to come here in Season 9. And, of course, those playoffs just around the corner. I want to wish Quaranteam the best of luck. And we'll see how you guys end up doing at the end of it.
Thanks.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Cool. Sounds good.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, Dax, I'll give you another quick call if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Do-do-do-doom. 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 There he is. Dax. Welcome back, my friend. So your first time getting to cast with me, how do you feel it went, my friend?
Went well. You know, felt a little nervous casting heroic, not knowing the game as well as I'd like to. But you know, seeing some good stuff. So put a couple of notes down here, take some stuff back into my own pocket, learning from this, and I just appreciate the opportunity from you.
Hey, maybe you walk out and practice some Artanis, and you start playing some Artanis for Illa Dancing Queens, eh? Perhaps
You gotta talk to Born to Shine on that one.
Born, let the guy play. Dax,
Let me in.
I had a great time tonight, but not only tonight. It was a day full of Dax. All right, we did 2 VOD reviews this morning for you. We then casted the Illa Dancing Queens, and then we rounded it out with our first cast together. I had a great 69 day. How about you?
It was a blast, man. I owe a ton to you, everybody that showed up for the Illa Dancing Queens game. Appreciate you for picking that up for us, and then just giving me the invite to come along and just cast this home team game for you and this wonderful community that we have.
Well, I hope we get to do it again soon, my friend. Quickly over into chat, you want to let them know where they can find you?
Yep, you can find me. I usually just post memes over on Dax_Hots.
You're pretty active on Twitter. Let's be real.
I am, but it's usually just memes. But I collect them. I collect memes. But yeah, I'm in the NGS Discord. Just Dax in the NGS channel. Always down to play whatever. Down for meme comps.
Eric in chat saying Illa Dancing Queens playing against BFT on the 25th. You want to comment on that quickly?
I am excited. Eric and I, we have a good banter going on in the Clouded Minds Discord. Got to cast one of their first games with Weenus earlier this season. So we've kind of had this one between him and I, just this game circled on the calendar. So really excited for that one.
Well, best of luck to both sides in that one. We'll see. Maybe if it's available, I can pick it up. I had a good time tonight with IQ. But quickly,
man.
If you guys want to find me, of course, you're in the right place. This is the home of me. You're in my home right now, twitch.tv/MurdaRG. Of course, on Twitter, same tag, @MurdaRG. And be sure to say hi on Discord. I don't know if you can miss me. I'm on the NGS Discord as Murda. Say hello. Maybe just say hi. If you don't want to type 5 letters, you can just type 2. That's okay. Dax, once again, I had a pleasure of a time casting with you this evening. Hope to do it again. Until next time, I'm Murda. He's Dax. Give it up for him, everyone. Round of sound. We will see you guys next time. We're going to send you over somewhere. There's no NGS still on. Everything's done. So I'll find someone I'm following and enjoy them. Say hi for me. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Toodles.
Peace.
All right, we're on ability again from Valkyrie, keeping targets up. As Ragnaros landing a 4-man Valkyrie smash. Durance of Hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak. Make it a quad kill set up by that ETC.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubrak, core at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just pulling up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5
And it
for
does
nothing.
knock them all up. What a play. Oh my God, somebody please clip that.